It's 2005, V for Vendetta, Kingdom of Heaven, Sin City, an incredible year for films. Also, an incredible year for games. The first Fear game, Resident Evil 4, Battlefront 2, and of course, the first Forza Motorsport. Forza Motorsport was released on the 3rd of May 2005 for the Xbox Original. Developed by Turn 10 Studios and published by Xbox Game Studios, Forza Motorsport has become a juggernaut in the racing game world. An incredible first game boasting a 92 Metacritic must-play score, and from a Retro Critic review, I'd 100% agree with this. Welcome to Forza Motorsport 1. Born on May 3rd, 2005, and in the EU on the 13th of May, Forza Motorsport is almost 20 years old. This is the only game as well to be registered on the original Xbox. You didn't have an original Xbox, you haven't played it. And god damn did I play this game a lot. Obviously Forza has come an extremely long way since this game, but the core of Forza is still here, as we have arcade race, career mode, multiplayer time trials, and free run. We're going to select career mode as an intro to this video. We are in Europe, so we're going to select European first. And we have 23,000 smackaroons to buy our first car. I have owned this Saab in real life, actually. Mine was 2003, though. I did not want to get rid of it, but getting parts for a Saab, because they don't make them anymore, is extremely difficult. Get a Volkswagen Corrado, which is awful. Mini Cooper, which is always a good shout. An Audi TT, which I'm not a hairdresser. A Golf, which is every bad boy's car. Or the classic 206 Peugeot, which I haven't liked Peugeot since the 90s. So we are going for the Saab. So we have Go Race, the garage, buy cars, set difficulty, and the train the driver to. Now this is an incredible button here because basically you click it, it'll track how you drive around a track and it will simulate your driving so you can just simulate races if they're getting a bit boring. I don't understand how modern racing games don't have something like this as well. We're going to Go Race, do our first ever race. We can change our career difficulty in the settings. We can do that later, that's no problem. Point-to-point races or amateur racing. We will do point-to-point to start with. Current car is eligible for the front-wheel drive event. And there is a lot of events on this game. We have the Pacific Shipyards 1 and 2. So you can see first place gets you 3,000 credits. And it suddenly becomes a modern Forza game. So starting grid, we are starting in second place. And here, as I said, you can load your driver task. So you don't even have to do the race if you don't want to. If you're good on the driver task hot lap, then you could probably just ace these without even playing. But that's no fun. Rev our car, rev that Saab. 9.3 is a beast, and we will play in chase cam just for a little bit. Not like I need it. I much preferred playing in the cockpit, but we'll give a little demo of everything. So how many Forza games are there? We obviously have this one in 2005. In 2007, released Forza Motorsport 2. 2009, we have Forza Motorsport 3. 2011, we have Forza Motorsport 4. So they're really pumping these games out now. They're getting very popular. Forza Motorsport 4 onwards, they brought out Forza Horizon, which is the open world free game, which I don't think they knew was going to be as popular as it was. Playing around with the different layouts here as well, and the guy in first place is completely zoomed off. Again as well, you're not necessarily meant to win every single race you do, you're meant to upgrade your vehicle, come back to it. I'm going to try and catch this guy though, in our Saab. I race so much better in first person mode, so I'm going to be doing that for the foreseeable future. But I'll show off new cars in chase cam, of course. But up to date, I think there's 13 Forza games, including Forza Horizons in that mix, which I think there are 5 of. The only bummer for me is that Xbox back in the day used to be very good. Xbox these days, you'd be mental to think it's the superior gaming console, unfortunately. Now, there has been rumors and speculation that they'll bring over a lot of Xbox and Microsoft exclusives over to the PlayStation, and I think that's the only thing missing from Forza is they kind of need to upgrade their market now. And putting it on other consoles, I don't like exclusive content anyway, even from a PlayStation point of view, as we take the lead. Very nice. So much better in first person. It's a shame you can't be in the cockpit though, sadly, with the wheel. This'll do. At least I get my speedo. So the only thing I do think is missing is bringing Forza to more consoles, because I think it would be extremely popular, as the Saab 9.3 takes the win. Only by 2 seconds though. Damage penalty, how dare you. And you lose money for difficulty bonus, so whatever the difficulty standardly is on, probably easy or normal. I imagine normal, because I haven't changed it. So we finished a race and we get a level 1 reward of you've reached a relationship with Pirelli. So Pirelli tyres, Y-rated tyres, are 10% cheaper in the upgrade shop, which is really cool. The more you play, the more discounts you get, the more you can just snowball your cars into just death. Now, a lot of the people that made Forza Motorsport were from the studio that made Project Gotham Racing. in turn 10. Got off the line. I'm getting whooped off the line. And I think these guys smashed it out of the park. They really did. They made a game that has a career mode that you could really, really just sink your teeth into. Can we cut these guys up? One of them, maybe. Probably don't need the racing lines, to be honest, on this kind of track, but I'm going to keep them on because there's going to be a lot of tracks I don't know because they're completely made up. If it's real tracks, I'm fine. I think at this point I've got 1,000 hours onto the ride games and a lot of other different motorsport games. I know pretty much all mainstream tracks extremely well. But this one, Pacific, whatever this is called, no chance. Of course, this is not the only motorsport video we have on the channel. We also have Richard Burns Rally, and we also have the Colin McRae game. By the time you're watching this, there might be more motorsport games, but this is the third motorsport game I would have had done on the Retro Realm channel. So let me know, obviously, in the comments below if you want to see more motorsport games and which ones in particular, or just let me know what other retro games you want to see in general. What game hits that nostalgia button for you? I have so many videos lined up, ready to go. Of course, time is the killer. Now, Forza obviously will be competing with the Need for Speed games or the Project Gotham Racing games. Not anymore, obviously. Back in the day, you had Ridge Racer. Probably competing mainly with the Codemasters games. You had Toca Racing, if anybody remembers that, which was an incredible game. And of course, they make the Formula 1 games. I'm not sure they were directly competing with the Rally games, but if they were, Forza pretty much smashed them out of the park with this installment. Congratulations, you've received the Toyota Border MR2 Turbo T-Bar for winning those two races, which is actually a cool-ass car. 1995, what a great year. And you can see all the way here, you can level up and you can complete all of these races. And obviously there are 2 races in each of those. And then you have the amateur circuit where there are 20 events, a professional circuit, 20 events, endurance, 10 events, 15 in the championship mode, which get longer and longer and longer. For example, an endurance race is not 5 laps. It is not 2 laps. Endurance racing can be anywhere between 20 minutes and 24 hours. And of course, you've got online career, which we are not sadly going to be able to do. But we are going to head over to Arcade Race because I think it would be extremely sad if we can never play with another car other than that Saab. We're going to pick Silverstone because I know Silverstone. And here you can choose any class of car you want, or you can choose my class from the career mode. So in D class, you have cars such as Honda Civics, Volkswagen Jettas. Not great cars. In the UK, this is called a Hyundai Coupe, not a Tiburon. And I've owned about 4 of these, because I love them. So D class is going to be pretty slow. Into C class, and you're starting to get an RX-8, you get a Honda S2000, which in today's world is very expensive. You can get a Mitsubishi Lancer in C2, a Renault Sport Clio, which is still pretty cool. You can get a Lotus Elise, Subaru Impreza. There's some really cool cars here. Into the A class, you'll find DB9s, Shelbys, Ferrari 360 Modena, and I think these are the cars we're going to pick today. I'm going to pick this lovely Tuscan TVR because, Jesus Christ, these are cool cars and they are extremely rare. We're starting in 5th place against another TVR as well. Hear the engine roar. I think here we have to showcase the car a little bit. I'm going to be so bad in chase cam, so forgive me. We drift through. That green Ferrari. Whoa! Nearly lost the back end. I have turned traction control off. Might be a mistake. But I want that car to slide as we can get up the inside of him. A little bit of contact, it doesn't matter. Put the power down, you can see how fast this car actually goes on the straight. Oh no, we've been passed, That Ferrari's got us. Only 2 laps as well, I needed to modify that. 2 laps is nothing. Don't know, can I make the podium spots in half a lap essentially? I'm not sure I can. But maybe. More contact. Same car. Accelerate away. I don't know if this game has slipstream, but I goddamn hope it does. The inside to the inside. Almost got him, but we couldn't. But we are going to make the podium at least. 2 laps is not enough. I should have put more on. Another couple laps and I would have got him. Turns out you can't actually change the laps. You have to progress through each one. The nice quick racer. We're just going to have to do all the races. It'd be rude not to pick the Dodge Viper, wouldn't it? I'm not sure I'm going to be able to control this car, to be honest with you. I will try. I think this is S-Class now. There is one more tier above S-Class. We take the outside lane. We take the outside. Pin it. Pin it. It's sliding everywhere. It's sliding everywhere. My God. Rear ends on these. I think I actually prefer racing with slower cars in games. because it's more about, you can't just cover a mistake with a bit of power. You have to drive almost perfectly each time, as that's one whole lap, 45 seconds. And we've got someone right on our tail, so if we're not careful, we're going to lose this first place. Nearly a second on the guy behind. Whoa! Before he leaves the front end. Don't want to lose the front end. Keep it close to the apex. Not smooth at all, but it doesn't matter. Going from a Saab 9.3 to a Dodge Viper is something else. And there he is, and there's the victory for the Viper comp. So back on career mode now, we're going to the amateur division. We have European Open. We have front wheel drive open again. And you can see the ones that we're not eligible for are grayed out. And the ones that are locked are obviously due to level. So again, we have Silverstone 2, which we just did in the TVR, and Maple Valley, which we just did in the Dodge Viper. And then we have Alpine Ring. So really quick races. One's got 3 laps, which is always good, which we're going to do now in our Saab. I genuinely think I do prefer this to the S-Class, A-Class, and even R-Class of cars, because you can really pin it around corners. And this is what motor racing is all about. It's not necessarily all about the fastest car. It's about just racing. I've only ever done 2 track days in my life, and both with borrowed cars. But I imagine the feeling you get of taking your own car there, your own tyres, watching how careful you can be, but also really just giving it some beans. It's got to be a good feeling. But in modern day, when you question how much people spend on sim racing gear, I don't know if anyone is aware how much real racing actually costs, but it's not cheap. You need to bring a set of tyres to each track day. If you ding the car, you need to repair it. You need to get it there, so you can either drive the car there, change the tyres, etc., or you need to trailer the car, which means you need a vehicle big enough to tow a trailer and a trailer. You then have the running costs of the car. You then have the cost of actually entering a track day, and then going to all different circuits. It's not exactly reasonably cheap. It's pretty expensive. However, if you spend a little bit of money on a kit for a sim race, you can get a pretty real experience sitting in your pants in your house. And I high-five that, because you can do as many races as you want wherever you are in the world in whatever car you want. And I love the fact that people spend a lot of money on sim gear. I love it. We're here on the European circuit, the final race, Alpine Ring. Haven't shown this track yet in our trusty Saab. As we dive up the inside for the first corner, massive dive bomb. Is he going to make the... He's not making the apex. Gone wide. Managed to close in close to the TT of death. That bronze Audi TT. Hold the speed, hold it. Hit the curve. Oh, what? He's gone so slow. He's so slow. No! No! I'm not going to be able to catch him now. He's going so slow. No damage. A little damage to the Saab, but not much. Just a little. Oh, sitting in 5th. This might be a restart. Let's see what damage limitation we can do. At the end of the 2 laps, where can we be? That is scandalous. Going so fast, and he just... I should have seen that coming. Racing incident. Racing incident. He didn't even move, though. It was like a lorry. Oh, we've got him. We've got this. We've got you. Oh, they're just blocking the road now. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Go down the inside and he just moves into the way. The AI on this game is incredibly tough. They're mean. And when I say that, I mean they just don't follow the rules of racing. That Peugeot's dropped off a cliff. Going to take him to 4th spot. Don't know what happened to him. We're going to have someone on the first corner for sure. We're going to go around the outside this time. We've got so much more speed than these two. So much more speed. Drop it in, drop it in, drop it in. Back in a 2nd place. And there's the bastard. Alright. We actually might have time to get him. Same corner. He's really slow on this corner. Make up a lot of time. Be sensible and we can get him. Carrying a lot of speed. I think the AI is not using the apexes or the, you know. I mean, the racing line it's giving me isn't really optimal. There's the mark of me. The Saab mark on the left of the of the TT there. Hold the line. Hold it. Hold it. Don't hit him. I kind of hit him. We've got him here. We've got him here. We held our nerve. No! He bashed me! Come on, hold our nerve. Oh my god, that could have been all over the place there. That TT and I are, you know, if this was the game grid, it would say rival. Here we go, into the penultimate corner, which is the long, fast one. Just dump all our speed down, hit the curb. And we take victory. And we have unlocked a new car, a Toyota Sprinter. Oh, look at that. There's some memories. 1985. So if we head over to the garage now, we can select buy upgrades, customize paint, apply decals, however you're going to say it. We're going with a black bumper, spoiler and mirrors, and a bright yellow banana car. And of course, in the decals, we need flames on either side of the car, of course. Now you can see our Saab Mirthmobile here. We can start increasing the power of it. So increasing the engine here brings it up to a C-Class car, and you can even get into a B-Class car. And bringing it from a D car to a C car, we will be more powerful in the front-wheel drive event. Oh, and we're starting in pole position. And here we see the flames of death. Absolutely awesome car now. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. And yeah, we'll ride in chase cam for this race. Got a shaft and new paint job. Got a few more upgrades. It's a bit quicker. I mean, look at the acceleration of this thing. It's already pulling away from everybody. I know we started in pole position, but Road America as well is a really nice track. You get some really long, blowing corners here where you can hold your speed as these are showing. As long as you hit the apexes, you'll come out really well. All of this, we're just pinning the accelerator. When in doubt, flat out all the way to the end for the sharp left hand into a right flow. They've changed this track since 20 years ago. It's slightly different now. Not loads, but slightly. Second of 2 laps, and you can see just how far ahead we are now by improving this car just slightly. 5-second gap. 5.5-second gap. That's mental. But using these upgrades, you can put it back to a D-Class if you wanted. You can remove these upgrades. So you can use this. If you're in love with a car, just use the same car over and over for all these races. You could eventually race your Saab against Ferraris if you really wanted to. There's nothing in the rulebook to say you can't, as long as the upgrades permit it to be upgraded to that class of car. This car can definitely get to B-Class from a D. I don't think it will get to A-Class, but you might be, racing against some Lotus Exiges or maybe a 911 at one point. But it allows you not to spend a load of money on cars, and you can just win cars. And the point of winning cars rather than spending money on them is that you can spend your money on the upgrades. This Saab is cool. We hit level 3. What's our reward? OMP Racing. Modified intake and exhaust upgrades are 10% off. So you can see in the garage we have 2 C-Class cars and a D-Class car. And the standard C-Class car now doesn't even touch my Saab. The fact you can modify these cars to do basically whatever you want, and this starts off as a C-Class car, so this might be able to get to an A. You can sell the cars as well, get the car history, get the car details. And because it's an Asian car, we can enter the Asian Cup. Very important to switch cars to do these, not necessarily buy them all the time. And I think we'll finish this video racing on the Tokyo circuit at night. Alright, and starting in pole position for our last race as well. Flip up frog lights as well on the Toyota. This car is really cool. You don't see any of these about anymore. The handling is extremely good as I entered that corner at the right speed, at the right angle, but just turned way too much. For showing how old this game is, 19, 20 years old. Man, does it hold up. 4 seconds ahead. Oh man, we're just creaming them down the streets of Tokyo. This game holds up so well. And what I like most about the Forza series in general is that the core game is exactly the same. Buy cars, have a career mode, upgrade those cars, sell those cars, level up, get rewards, get discounts, race around the world in different categories. I mean, the core of the game hasn't changed at all. And I think that's why Forza still does well. I think the only thing holding it back now is the fact that it is a Microsoft game and they're not allowing it to be dished across the most popular console on the planet. I guarantee Forza Motorsport would be laughing at how much they're selling games for if they put it on PlayStation. I really do. They have a contract with Microsoft. They've always been an Xbox game, obviously available on the PC. The PC players are like, what are you talking about? I don't need a PlayStation. But for me, as a PlayStation player, in the modern era of games, I would love this to be on the PlayStation 5. And maybe one day they will. But as of right now, I have to plug in my Xbox original, and that is absolutely fine as well. You can see this car is phenomenal. But as I said earlier in the video, guys, if you would like to see more videos, let me know in the comments below which ones you'd like to see. Any game, any genre, any year in particular. If you'd like to see more motorsport games, as this is a motorsport video, please let me know which ones you'd like to see. As not only am I a gamer, I am also a motorsport fanatic. If you'd like to see a continuation on the series, whether the next Forza Motorsport is on your list or whether an F1 game from 2004 is on your list, there are plenty of videos coming out on this channel. This channel is going to live for a very, very long time. I enjoy every video I do, regardless if I like the game or not. And when you play these old games again, all I'm looking for when you're searching through YouTube is to get that little hidden nostalgia as you're looking through. And you've gone, oh, Forza 1, click video. And if you had done that, please let me know, because that's all I'm looking for. We come across the final corner here, barely a corner. Bomb it to the line in our Toyota. We win the Tokyo race, and we finish our video there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to let me know in the comments below more games you would like to see, and I will see you in the next one.